is really important. Fox News alert. Today, the Supreme Court could decide whether former President Trump is eligible to be on the Colorado ballot just one day before the state's primary voters head to the polls. So joining us now with her take on the High Court's looming decision is the 5 co-host, Judge Jeanine Pirro. Hey, Judge.
Hey, good morning.
Crazy, tomorrow's Super Tuesday. This is flying by. But what happens today? What's your prediction?
Well, you know, it makes sense that today the Supreme Court will decide, because the whole issue is whether or not these individual states, whether it's Colorado by its highest court, Maine, the Secretary of State, Illinois, some judge, they decided that Donald Trump should be prevented from running for president again because they have found and dusted off an old post-Civil War Article 3 section of the 14th Amendment, which says that if you engage in insurrection, then you can't be a vice president, a representative. Says nothing about the president. Obviously, it says nothing about the fact that Donald Trump has never been charged with insurrection. He's never been convicted of insurrection. And yet these individual states are saying, hey, we don't want you in any way, shape, or form to be able to even vote for Donald Trump in the primary contest tomorrow. 17 states. And the Supreme Court, I believe, will rule today. There's too much at stake, whether people even go to vote thinking, if I vote for Donald Trump, will my vote even count? Since we already know his name will be on the ballot, the question is, will the votes count? And, you know, the party that always talks about the threat to democracy, I mean, they're the one engaging in election interference, not allowing the American people to vote for, right now, the odds-on front-runner for president of the United States. So I suspect the Supreme Court recognizes the gravity, the importance of the timing. Tomorrow's Super Tuesday, that decision should come today at 10 o'clock.
Could you imagine if it's not about Colorado, though, and then they have Super Tuesday tomorrow, he gets a bunch of delegates, and then they take them away from him?
Well, I can't imagine. You know why? And this Supreme Court, if you read Article 3 of the 14th Amendment, it says nothing about the president. And forget the fact he's not even been charged with insurrection.
Yeah.
He hasn't been convicted of insurrection. This is just people saying, we don't like him. We don't want Americans to be able to vote for Donald Trump. They're wrong, and the Supreme Court, I believe, will rule that way.
How is it possible, though, that they could declare him that he's not allowed to be on the ballot when he hasn't been charged and hasn't had due process?
Because these are individuals, whether it's the highest court, a Secretary of State, or an individual judge, who were so overcome with their hatred for Donald Trump. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they believe that this Constitution supports it. It does not. Any clear reading of it, even if he were convicted, Article 3 doesn't apply to the president. So the whole Section 3 of
I think it
the 14th
says state
Amendment.
officers. It doesn't say president.
Yeah, it says state officers, vice president, senator, Congress, you know.
Okay, no president.
Clear.
Cocaine Godmother, you have this special on Fox Nation. This is awesome. Her story is fascinating. Tell us about it.
Griselda Blanco is known as the Cocaine Godmother. She single-handedly was in a position to literally reinvent Miami as a result of her huge multi-billion-dollar cocaine industry. And what she did was she would engage in violence at the drop of a hat. And what's curious, Ainsley, is that she used the Marielitas from the 125,000 who came in from Cuba to do her killing. They were considered her soldiers. She started as a madam from Colombia. She put cocaine in the undergarments of women's clothing so that women she would bring up from Colombia to Miami, and they would bring the cocaine. And then she got really into the business, and she was ruthless. She was engaged in, you know, beheadings and shootings and killings. She is credited with creating the idea of a motorcycle drive-by shooting or killing. And ironically, she was known as the Ghost because DEA and police couldn't keep up with her. She was incredible in terms of her entrepreneurship, but she was a sociopath. She was a killer. And Fox Nation, this special, it hits today, so I'm very excited about it. I think people will be fascinated about what she did.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Do we have time for a clip? Can we show a little clip of it? Okay, let's watch it.
By the mid-1980s, Grisela Blanco had made the Miami metro area the murder capital of the United States. And yet, Griselda herself remained a mystery and seemingly impossible to find.
She was a ghost. I mean, she was a highly sought-after ghost.
All right, you can watch that on Fox Nation. Thank you, Judge.
Good to see you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.